Hi guys, welcome to my little channel. Today I'm going to be showing you all of the clothes slash wearables that I've ever crocheted. I will be putting clips of me wearing them on the screen so you can see more properly, and if there is a pattern or a tutorial that I used or referred to, I will also link that in the description. Now, I've been crocheting since October 2023, but I didn't make my first wearable until May 2024. So I've only been making clothes for a little under a year now, so I don't have tons and tons, and I also do not like all of these, but I just want to show you anyway. The first wearable that I ever made was this Hexagon cardigan. It's a little bit too small and I never really finished it, to be quite honest, because I just got bored of it and then I never really came back to it. It's finished to the extent that it's wearable, but like I was gonna do cuffs on the sleeves and make it a bit longer and a bit just bigger, and I never did, and like the ends aren't weaved in. But this was my first attempt at making clothing. Like I said, it is a little bit small, but it's just a hexagon cardigan, so I did the 2 hexagons, joined them at the back, did the sleeves basically. I did use and refer to a YouTube tutorial which I will link in the description, but I tend to watch a tutorial and then just kind of freehand from there and guess a little bit, so I didn't follow that exactly, but it was helpful in getting me started, so I'll definitely link that for you guys. But yeah, I never wear this. The yarn is a bit itchy for me and I just don't really like how it fits, so I never wear it, and it's not finished properly. But I used the James C. Brett Shhh yarn. Oh, I just realised there's another jumper I made that I don't have with me and I actually have no idea where it is. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. I'll also link the yarn, even though I did just say it's itchy, but if you're not bothered by that kind of thing, then it's a great yarn. Very hard to frog too, though, I will say. The next wearable that I crocheted, I actually did a pattern test for this, so I will link the pattern in the description. This is a great pattern and it's very beginner friendly. Like I said, this is only the second wearable I ever made, and this one actually fits me and I actually have worn like out of the house. So vast improvement on the last one already. So this is it. It's a mesh top. It's like a crop top, mesh sleeves too. I love this. I was so happy with how this came out. I was so happy with the colours that I chose. For this, I again used James C. Brett yarn, but it's the 100% cotton yarn. It's like a mesh, but with like different height stitches as you go. Super, super easy to make. Highly recommend this pattern. This was like the first thing that really got me into making clothes, because I was like, oh, I actually love that. Then the next thing I made, at this point I was like so into it, so I applied to pattern test the Monarch top, and this is it. It's kind of like this block around the chest and you tie these straps around your neck, and then it's got this gorgeous kind of flowy detail under the chest, and it just laces up at the back. Gorgeous pattern. I loved making this. It was super fun to make, and I haven't actually worn this out because I don't know where to wear it or like what to wear it with, to be quite honest with you. But it is a stunning top. Just the details are so gorgeous. And for this one I used the James C. Brett Aurora yarn, I believe. It's also a made to measure pattern, so you can, like, whatever size you want, you can adjust like how long this section is, how wide it all is. It's all pretty adjustable, so it's a great pattern. I made this shrug, or like sleeves, I don't know, people call it different things. As you can see, I never weaved the ends in on this, and I made this over a really long period of time because I was kind of just doing it in between other projects. I'm trying to think, I think this is, it could be James C. Brett again, but it's like a marble yarn. Again, I will find it and link it. I don't love this. I think, first of all, these are just not really my style to wear in the first place, so that's not a good start, and I just don't love the fit of it. I used a tutorial by Hey Crochet, I think, but it just kind of fits weird around like the armpits and around here, and then I didn't make the sleeves long enough because I think I was running out of yarn. I was playing a dangerous game of yarn chicken, so I never really wear this. It was a good learning experience. I think the yarn's pretty, but that's about it really. Next, I made another attempt at a hexagon cardigan, and it went a lot better this time. And again, for this one, I used the James C. Brett Aurora yarn. I love this cardigan so much. I think this is probably the thing I've worn the most, because I actually did the cuffs on this one, and I was just so happy with how this came out. I just completely hyperfixated on this and made it in like 1 week. I just went ham on it. Love, love, love this cardigan, and this is very soft as well, I will say. And I was much happier with the fit of this one as well. So I pretty much freehanded this, but again, kind of taking inspiration from that tutorial which I originally used for the first one that I made. And then I was on a bit of a hexagon cardigan kick, so I made this one, which I love, and I would often say, I think I even said in my first ever video that this is my favourite thing I ever made. And it is, except that I don't like the fit of it as much as this one. But I prefer the colours, and I also did like granny squares down the back, which I prefer, and I did ribbing around the bottom as well as the cuffs, which I prefer because I didn't do that on the like pinky purple one. But this one is a little bit on the smaller side of what I would have liked. It's quite cropped, and I made it with a chunkier yarn, so I think it's just a little bit like, it just doesn't sit quite as nicely, and I probably should just block it. I don't block my work really ever, which is not good. I really should do that, but I don't. So for this one I used Stylecraft chunky yarn, I believe, in, I think this shade is called Copper, and then this one is Cream, I believe. Again, I'll link them. But yeah, I used chunky because I wanted to work up quicker, but I do think it just doesn't then come out quite, like it doesn't drape quite as nicely, and it's a bit heavier. It just depends on what you're going for, but I do like this one. I do like this a lot. Then I thought, well, let me make a hexagon like sweater pullover thing, right? So I watched a tutorial by Passionate Kelsey, which I will link the tutorial. But I made it with just scrap yarn that I had, and I hate it. I actually hate it so much, and I never finished it. I started doing cuffs on the sleeves, and I was like, I just don't want to finish this. No part of me has any desire to finish this because I just hate it. So I never did like any finishing edge or ribbing, never weaved in the ends. When I put this on, I feel like Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. I just think it's ugly, and I think I look like I'm in some weird nativity or something. I can't quite put my finger on what it is that I look like, but it's not good. You guys let me know what you think. And I honestly think there are people out there that could pull this off. I'm just unfortunately not one of them. But in terms of like the style and the fit of it, I like it, but I just think, I don't know what I was thinking with the colour combination, but I was just trying to use up yarn, and I guess I accomplished my mission in that sense. I hate it. I hate it. So yeah, I never wear this, have never weaved in the ends, but I made it, and I do want to make another one that I will actually like and wear at some point, because I do like the fit of it, just everything else I hate. Yikes! Can't win them all. Can't win them all. And again, yeah, I watched the tutorial and then just kind of winged it. Okay, and finally, my most recent and my most favourite crochet project is this jumper. I love it. I finished this literally the night before my birthday a few weeks ago, and I wore it on my birthday, and I was so happy and excited that I got to wear it. And I'm so proud of this. Now, I've posted it on TikTok a couple of times, and people keep asking me for a pattern or a tutorial, and I didn't use one. I completely winged it, like completely. And I do feel really bad about that. Now, if you guys would like, I can try and make a tutorial on here. The thing is, I'm absolutely not gonna make this again. Not anytime soon anyway, because this took me months. I'm not going to make another one just for the sake of making a tutorial, but I can do a video where I try and explain what I did. It just won't be very beginner friendly. I don't consider myself to be a teacher or someone who is good at explaining these things, which is why I never make tutorials or write patterns. There's a lot of amazing crocheters who make amazing tutorials and are really good at explaining. I'm not one of them. I am just here for giggles, really. So, but I can try. I know my friend Lizzie of Cozy 20s, she has made some similar jumpers, and I think she used a YouTube tutorial. So what I will do is find the tutorial that she used, and I will link that one because I think it will be quite a similar jumper. A couple of things I will say, I made it in a raglan style, so top down. I started with the ribbing and then worked down from there, connected together to separate the sleeves from the body, and then just kept going. It was very simple to make. And I think a lot of people are asking like how I did this design, because it's kind of zigzaggy, and it literally is just changing colour every 2 rows. I had a couple of comments saying like, how did you make the granny stitches like face alternating ways? But they don't. It's just like an optical illusion. Yeah, it was very easy to make. I'm just so bad at explaining, but I will try if you guys do want me to. So yeah, I love this jumper. It's so me, like these colours are so me. Oh yeah, and then I did a lot of decreasing on the sleeves. You can kind of see where I've done it. I used Aldi DK yarn. I got it in the Aldi event, which I think was in January. Oh, I promise one day I will learn to make sure my light is fully charged before I start filming, but today's not that day. Okay, as I was saying, I got this yarn in the Aldi yarn event in I think January. I think I bought something like 4 balls of the green and like 3 of the cream or something. I think the yarn cost me, it was like $1.29 a ball. It was so cheap, okay? I'm pretty sure this jumper cost me less than £10 in materials. Obviously, it just took me a lot of time. But yes, obsessed with this jumper, big fan. This is my favourite thing I've made. Now, there is another jumper and I don't know where it is. So I'm just going to talk about it, and I do have clips of me wearing it, so I'll put that on screen. But I made that again with the James C. Brett Shhh yarn, which is the one that I previously said was kind of itchy, but in that jumper for some reason it doesn't bother me quite as much. And I made it I was kind of inspired by the pattern for the Hoza top, so I made it in a similar way, which I won't go into too much detail on because this is a paid pattern and I'm not gonna like explain someone else's paid pattern. But I just kind of adjusted like what stitches I did for the mesh, but the structure of the jumper is the same. And I literally made it with 1 ball of that yarn. I just used like a much bigger hook because it's quite a thin yarn. I used a big hook, so it's quite airy and meshy. I do love that jumper. I believe that is everything I've made. I currently have 2 crochet jumpers in the works. One that I'm making with some yarn that I inherited from my gran last year. I just need to do the sleeves on that one. And then I'm also making one with some hobby yarn. I made the entire front panel and then decided that I hate it, frogged it. I'm starting again because I'm freehanding and sometimes things just don't work out quite how you imagined. And I am also knitting a jumper currently as well. So plenty more wearables on the way. And I think as I keep learning and keep making things, I'm becoming more successful at liking how they turn out. I much prefer freehanding to using a pattern, and that often ends up with you making things that maybe you don't like as much, but I find the process more fun that way. So I'm learning, we're getting there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe, like, comment, share, post me on your Instagram story. It makes my day when you guys do that. Yeah. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.